Hey cuties, PeachY here, welcome back to a new video, and in this video we're going to be breaking down the latest of the brand new Winx Club reboot, brand new fairy transformation reveals, this time for Musa. So stay tuned, subscribe, and let's get into it. So yes, the brand new fairy transformation reveal was for Musa today on, well, yesterday, whatever, on April 17th, and I have just seen it. These transformations are kind of short. I don't know, like I have to watch the old ones again, but I kind of get the impression that the original ones were kind of longer, right? I don't know, maybe that's just like the impression I have. Like I remember them taking their sweet time and like all the detail and all the sparkles and all the like the music really sunk in, like it wasn't just like 30 seconds, which is like the length of these new transformations. I feel like they were longer, like a minute at least, right? I don't know, maybe I'm mistaken, maybe that's just a nostalgia talking. But I definitely feel like, they're kind of short. They kind of feel like there's just, nothing there. So sad to say, but anyway, yeah, there's some good stuff too, obviously. It's it's not bad. It's just, I'm just saying, it's like, I don't know, maybe they should really, they should have taken their sweet time with these transformations, really, put in a lot of Easter eggs with the poses, the hairstyles, the way the outfits reveal, the magic, I feel like the core essence of Winx here, I don't quite feel it. I don't know. It's maybe it's just because it's something new. Obviously, it's its own thing, right? We should not compare it to the original, although that's just inevitable. So maybe we should just get used to it, right? Maybe I just need to get used to it. But either way, the next drop for the next transformation reveal is for Stella on April 21st. So yes, without further ado, let's talk about Musa's brand new fairy transformation and how it, compares to Flora and Tecna's that also released recently, like the past weeks. Okay, so here we start off with her transformation in this little orb thing, similar to Tecna, but here it seems to look more like it's emanating, obviously, these musical chords and these music notes, and then we go into the actual orb, and here's Musa herself. She is listening to some sick beats as some flashing lights appear behind her, and then she wakes up. I guess she realizes, oh, it's time to wake up. It's time for me to go to work and do some fairy business. And then she's like, yay, awesome sauce. So she takes the headphones off, and then she comes out of her little orb here, and that's when she twirls around. She goes up into the sky, and then we see her use these actual like music note line, these chords, right? These again similar to actually Flora's vines, but here they are just chords. So she grabs them, and then she actually uses them as a kind of like guitar slash musical instrument, and then again like the different colors appear behind her. I kind of wish that they would have just stuck to like one color. I get that, for like the dance floor sequence, that makes sense. But like here, it would have made more sense to like focus on like her actions, right? So she's rocking out, really cool. By the way, she's also wearing a onesie similar to Flora and Tecna. I think that's okay. Obviously, they're just all color coded to each character. And then she starts to swing around again, like aerobics. And then here in the green background, we can see her outfit start to appear. Here's the back. Here is kind of like the top portion. Also, music note hair accessory, really cute. So here's the back, like I mentioned, and then here up here, the boots, and that's when the dance floor comes to light. Now, this is obviously a really cool reference to the original dance floor portion and the original Musa transformation from like season 1, right? Very similar. I love that. It calls back, and I think it's done well enough. We have the different colored, checkboard kind of like look, and then she looks back. She's like, she's gonna do a little dance, a montage here. So she turns to the back, and that's when we see her little pigtails, braids up here, and now she is in her full getup. So we can see what it looks like from the back. I think it looks okay. I like the boots. I like the cut, I guess. It is just, once again, it's just giving heavy, like, working out aesthetic. Like, I'm working out. Like, this kind of looks like something like a tennis player would wear, like Serena Williams, right? I feel like I've seen her in something very similar to this kind of look, because they always also wear these like really athletic, athleisure looking like skirts and shorts, and it's just very similar of a vibe. But I don't mind, I guess, if they're supposed to be, battling evil, I guess they should be comfortable, right? But still, like, looking back to the original Winx Club transformations and those original, Charmix, Enchantix, Believix, Sirenix, all those outfits were very, very glamorous, very, almost like they're going to an event, and I feel like that helped to make it really special. And to be fair, the first season 1 looks were simpler, of course, but they still had something about them that made them timeless, made them unique. And I feel like that's kind of lost here with these new looks. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I feel like they all just kind of look too sporty, too athleisure-y, But yeah, so anyway, the dance board is also on the, on both sides, not just on the floor, but also here on the ceilings. That's really cool. So she does a little dance sequence here, hands on the hips, hands up, she's like dancing around. And then this is kind of like she does a moonwalk here. So that's cool. Here is a close-up of her boots. I do love the boots, the little buckle details, the silver studs. I think it's really cool that they're also kind of like platforms. Reminds me again of the original boots that she wore. And then we get a overhead shot of her twirling around and again doing some more, hitting some more sick beats. So then we see her fly off, and you can see here that actually she does have a pair of shorts underneath her little like one-piece dress. So that also adds to the kind of like tennis athleisure feel, I think, right? Like aside for like the boots, this is a very casual look, I think, right? So she flies off, the musical chords following her, the different lights, the different music notes, and then she grabs onto one once again, and that's when her wings appear. They look so nice, and we can see there's not a clear shot, unfortunately, like from the back, because they have this blinding light. But it's very dramatic. I feel like we are missing some of that drama here and some of that, je ne sais quoi, some of that special sauce that the original Winx Club transformations had. But here it's like, yes, like, oh yes, wings appear, yes. It's like, it's really cool. So then we see a little bit of a close-up of her front. I do like the detail in her texture of the top. That's cool. And then here is her close-up with the face-up and, her little pose. That's really cool. A little reference once again. The wings, I like that glitter detail. The music notes here, accents as well. I like that each wings, all of the wings so far we have seen, do have some kind of element that obviously, ties them in with the character. I think, that sounds like such a, of course they would. But I think it is important that they do implement those little details, because it really does tie the characters to their essential wings, to their essence of magic. So yeah, it's also funny that, the actual thumbnail for this video, it's like this, but it looks like this. So I don't know why they went with this kind of like AI photoshopped looking version of this picture, because again, this is the thumbnail and this is actually what we got, and she does not smile like that. Her eyes don't look like that. So I'm so like, it's so bizarre, like why they went ahead and used this picture again for the thumbnail that does not appear in the actual video, when this looks terrifying to me. This looks like one of those fake game AI ads, you know what I mean? It just looks really bad in my opinion. It looks really fakey, very, very sus, very AI. But anyway, like I feel like this is good enough. This is a good enough expression for me, right? It's very in the moment. So yeah, anyway, so she looks up and then she's like going into outer space. I don't know. So the music chords surround her once again, and then she does her final pose. So yeah, I like it. I think the wings look really nice here. I like that they have a little bit of the yellow accent, kind of reminds me of Enchantic, Musa wings. And I do wish the pigtails were perhaps longer. I wish her, that she would have maybe had the longer hairstyle, which is much more preferred amongst, I think, most Musa fans. I think both work, but I don't know. I feel like the short pigtails, I'm not vibing quite as much with. So I kind of feel like if they were longer pigtails or like just long straight hair, you know, it would have been maybe it would have added some more, you know, perhaps luxury feeling to her design overall. Also, she needs a headband. I don't believe she wears a headband here, right? Yeah, no, she does not have a headband on. So yeah, maybe some longer hair, a headband, you know, maybe a more special looking outfit would have helped to make this feel more unique, because it does feel like an athleisure look. And aside for the boots, this does feel kind of casual. And I don't know, it's okay, but like also I wish there was just more, you know, I don't know. And that was the, you know, segment. That was the transformation for Musa, the new one. I think overall it was nice, it was cute. I liked her vibrant colors, you know, like the music notes and stuff appearing. But aside for like the dance floor, you know, like little portion, I don't really feel like there was a lot of music elements here, and like of course the music notes and like the strings, I guess, like the chords, whatever. But still, like, I feel like there could have been more, right? I feel like there could have been more music references. Maybe like she could have been dancing on like the music notes or like the chords, right, from the like the music pages. I don't know. I just feel like it felt a bit too generic, and maybe that's a common theme we're kind of feeling by now with these new transformations, is that they all kind of feel interchangeable, except for, of course, the character, the color schemes, and then like the initial orb thing that they all wake up in is different, obviously, and they all have kind of like one signature kind of like element that corresponds with each character. You know, Musa, the dance board, the music notes; Tekna, the circuit board, the touch screens appearing; Flora, the vines, the flower petals. But I think aside for that, they all have a common theme of like swinging, swirling, you know, flying, which of course, yes, they're fairies, they're gonna do that. But I feel like they've lost a style, I guess. They've lost their individual style to some extent, at least. I feel like with these more generic and clean feeling animations. Maybe again, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm crazy. But yeah, I guess we just have to get used to it, right? Maybe that's just really that simple, where it's just different and we gotta get used to it, and it's just not gonna be like the original, and that's okay. That's okay. This is a new thing. It's a new generation. It's a new start. It's a fresh new start, and I just, you know, still, it's, you know, it's hard not to compare. It's hard not to pull up these side by sides and of course the actual Winx Club YouTube channel even is posting the comparisons between the new and the old transformation portions. So, you know, they're doing it themselves. They are definitely shining a spotlight on how much has changed with these animations and the style and the essence and the core magic of Winx. And yeah, I don't know. I guess it's up to you. What do you think? Do you like this new transformation for Musa? Which one do you like most out of the new ones that have been revealed? Tekna, Flora, Musa? I think for me, I don't know. It's hard. I think Tekna still, like, I don't know. I just feel like she had more to do. Like Flora, like it was cute. Like she was swinging, but like the vines and but that's about it. You know, like she had nothing else to do. Musa, I did like her, you know, dance board appearing. But that's also about it. Like I feel like there was just nothing else. So yeah, I feel like Tekna had most to do. Surprisingly, you know, she got more to do, I feel like. But yeah, what do you think? Let me know down below. But that was the video. I hope you all enjoyed. Leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and please consider becoming a channel member today to support the channel if you're able to. Link is down below. And of course, so you don't miss out when I post more content like this coming your way and keeping you up to date with all adulty you love. Stay safe, be kind. I hope this next time, stay peachy. Kisses.